people are voting out incumbents as a rejection of whatever their material conditions are. And
Right.
I absolutely, even though a lot of people are downplaying the Gaza genocide and the Ukraine war as factors in this election, I do not think that you can uncouple the economic conditions and hardships of Americans with the periphery and backdrop of funneling tens of billions of dollars to our foreign policy. I mean, to subsidize a genocide, I don't think that that can be uncoupled for the average person to say, hey, that doesn't make sense. Why can't I pay for bread or eggs at the grocery store? But like we have unlimited money to kill babies.
Yeah.
So, I think that it's a huge problem, right? And when you have the Democratic Party saying nothing will fundamentally change, well, the writing is on the wall. I mean, any of us could have predicted what was coming if we just kind of laid it bare, and they did not care enough to stop it. I think Kamala's whole performance and Biden's whole performance, I mean, we can't forget that Biden won on a progressive platform, right? Everyone was coattailing the Bernie Sanders movement because of how enormously popular his brand of progressive populist politics were. And so Biden, over the course of his presidency, unfortunately abandoned a lot of that. And then Kamala Harris, nothing will fundamentally change, ran one of the most conservative platforms, abandoned Medicare for all, ban on fracking, federal jobs guarantee. I mean, all of those things just made no sense. Why would anyone who's remotely leaning conservative vote for Diet Coke when you can vote for the real thing? I think at this point, look, I was really energized about Bernie just because of the tens of millions of people that were in the streets mobilizing, because I felt it was a revolutionary moment to catalyze the masses. I never believed in electoral politics on a federal level, especially. I'm not saying to discount city council races and local districts. Obviously, referendums and city council and all those things, absolutely, we need to be investing our energy into seizing power locally. However, investing in 2 to 4 years and putting all of your political energy and enthusiasm into federal electoral politics, I think, is a dead end. And I think if that's not apparent now, it sure as hell should be. Let this election galvanize and radicalize us outside of electoralism, because the Democrats have perfectly elucidated that they will not lean left. They would rather have fascism than Bernie Sanders populism, right? That's just social democracy. They would rather have Trump than an FDR platform. So they are going so far right because they have no other choice.
Yep.
They have to maintain their capital and power no matter what's at stake and what's in the future. So it's up to us, the tens of millions of people who have been radicalized by the Gaza genocide, who are radicalized by Bernie Sanders, who see the climate change catastrophe on the horizon. It is up to us to build the movement we know is the only thing that has ever pushed politics left. The social movements in the street, the masses that shut down business as usual. That is the only possibility that we have moving forward, because the time is urgent. We don't have the time to wait for a super majority pie in the sky. Oh, maybe. And if one of these freaks on the Supreme Court croaks. No, we don't have time to wait and waste. The time is now. We need to act accordingly and get involved locally with the struggle and with the activism, because that's how we're going to move mountains.